Even though technically I've already gone through the Crucible. I've already gone through 1 through 100 and Wicked King. The bad news, I should have showed the footage. But I didn't, unfortunately. But here comes the catch. I'm gonna show you the gear that I have finally picked up after I finished the Crucible.
Here,
and Wicked
corruption
King.
gives way to nothingness. Here,
Which, if you notice, I haven't gone through the
take this,
got the final key,
and you will find my lord.
and I haven't beaten the final guy at the end. But this is kind of interesting. Which you notice, I'm already in the Crucible. I'm already dead. And I'm just wondering, should I actually start from square one? But anyway, I'll even go one step back. These pair of sights, didn't get these. Well, I didn't have these to start. Didn't have them. And the good news, when I beat the Crucible, no, was it Crucible? No, Wicked K. Finally got these. Level 30. Possess size. Nothing in it. And they do me nothing. Then all of a sudden I went to the vendors, started getting everything together. Started farming. And I used that. The Forge Seeker and Talisman started getting drops. I literally had to keep going back and forth to the vendor. And started getting things I didn't really need. Luckily enough, I had 2 health steel size, and I bought 2 scythes with rat steel already on it, which brought me to that. Now, maybe I should actually start from the beginning. Since I got everything I need. Actually, I'm going to start from the fucking beginning. Just because I can. And there's a couple of key areas in here. And I hope that I'm able to get everything together. Now, let me cycle through my stuff. You already saw that. And these 2 are there just for crap purposes. Now, for gloves, these are decent, but I could do better. I ended up getting this pair. I ended up getting this when I had already beaten stage 4, which is 76 through 100. Got that. And then I ended up getting that when I beat Wicked K. I got fucking lucky. Lucky like a motherfucker, I'm not gonna lie. And I made that before I entered the Crucible. I want to try to be a comparative gloves that's even better than that. Especially for the fact if I ever decided to go necromantic. Even though those are weaker, I could do better. Let me see here. Stat-wise, it isn't that bad. Could it be better? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. Some of the gear has experience on it. It's wasted stats. Stats I don't even need. Like, experience here. That I don't need. The guilt found, maybe. Strength is a definite. Keep that. No. No. Wait, no. Let me see here. No. Shoot, I did get rid of it. Shoot. Hey, alright, son. Boy. I'm gonna give this a shot. You wanna know something? I'm gonna end up doing the whole thing.
Where do you wish to start?
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Start. A brave decision.
Yeah, that's what she said. Cracked and hold steel. Does it every time. There might be a couple of enemies in here like later, like end of stage 3 towards stage 4. It might give me a little bit of a hard time.
Would you take this prize and leave? Or continue further?
Fuck this, let's go.
He chooses to fight on!
The end of stage 25, wave 25. Ooh. Yeah. Come on. Oh, that's right.
This one may go far.
Okay, let me show you my skills. I had a lot of time to actually. Now, notice I'm using pretty much every single skill on the Hardbringer and approximately half on the Necromancer. But, just to let you know, Exhume, see if I can get this right, Undying, Innovation, Desallure, Fiery Souls, and Corpse Explosion. These 5 skills right here all synergize off Exhume. So I might have 2 levels of Exhume, have 2 goals, but the moment I drop 1 point in the others, that's pretty much adding on to what Exhume actually does. You'll be able to bring in ghouls, but the other 5 are basically passives that allow me not just to summon ghouls, to give them more life, they last a bit longer, and if you pay attention closely, Corpse Explosion, if they're still lingering, they detonate, they pretty much explode. Now, which kind of fell in love with, and Teleport Slash. Anything that deals, this pretty much deals a lot of damage and also restores my health. Not a lot, but just enough. And if you have Wrathsteel on your weapons, yeah, you're gonna have a problem. These guys are gonna have a problem. It allows you to teleport Slash to any enemy on the field, or more deliberate, and it'll be the closest person to you. Now, the more points you put in, the more you're gonna deal. And at the same time, you end up getting 15% of your health, 15% of the damage done of the weapons that you're currently using. Now, if you think about it, if you're using a pair of possessed scythes, like the ones I'm using, now what I need to find out, which I wasn't thinking about, that when I started pumping points in here, just like Exhume, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Is it? No. That means unescapable. So that means when I teleport Slash, it allows the enemy that I hit, slows them down. And also it allows for a specific amount of time. The higher the level, the longer it's going to last. So it allows you to actually add more hits. So in other words, what I would do, I would teleport Slash through 3 or 4 enemies in that 4 seconds. Now, if I don't one-shot you, even with that, I can do a specific amount of damage with it. Even if you're on a low level, it might not do that much damage. But if you start getting stronger pair of scythes, it's going to help. Immobilization. All enemies struck by teleport Slash has a chance to be set ablaze. Basically, that's fire damage. 179 points of damage every half a second. To me, that's decent. 1 in 4 chance. Okay, maybe. But I like inescapable better. If I was gonna start, drop 1 plate in here. Now, Unending Fury. It's a beast if you know what you're doing. If you have Wrath Seal, okay, but you still have to hit somebody. With Unending Fury, you're gonna end up getting more Wrath regen than you ever get a chance to actually get when you actually hit somebody with Wrath Steel. So no matter what you do, you're gonna get Wrath Steel. You're gonna end up getting Wrath back, even though it's 10 seconds. Still getting it back. Death Blossom. I fell in love with the moment I used it. Started using it. Hit enemies with teleport slash also causes an explosion, damaging nearby foes. A chance. So can you rely on these? Okay, maybe. But I would rather put 1 point in each, which if you notice, they're all maxed out anyway. Now, Unstoppable. When I use this, which if you notice on my bar, when I hit L1, you're getting strength right off the bat. It may be for about 13 seconds, but you can do a lot with it. Now, Inevitability. While Unstoppable is active, and that's only for, what, 13 seconds? That's more than, you can do a lot in 13 seconds. While Unstoppable is active, Death is more likely to deal critical strike. 20% increased critical strike. At level 1 is only at 10%. 2 is 15, 3 is 20. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're critting like hell, that shit adds up fast. Empowerment. Death's critical strikes to deal an additional damage while Unstoppable is active. Now, mind you, 20% critical strike chance. That's 1 in 5 chance of you actually critical strike chance. While Empowerment is critical strike damage by 40%. You don't think it'll add up, but it actually does. Call to the Grave. The duration of Death's Unstoppable ability is increased. So in other words, I don't remember the exact time at level 1. I think it's 3 seconds. And I think, let me see. You guys can double check on that. But I think level 2 is at 4. And it says here at level 5 is at 5 seconds. So technically, instead of it being 13 seconds, here, you're getting an extra 5 for 18 seconds. That's not that bad. Killing Blow. While Unstoppable is active, Death has a chance to deal a second strike with each attack. 15% chance of a second strike. That's huge. Now, just imagine doing that in a Crucible. Now, also one of my key skills that I use a lot, especially when I'm dealing with a crowd. If I'm being overwhelmed, I use Harvest every chance I get. It's even works better with large bosses. Okay. Death's true incarnation appears, unleashing a spinning scythe attack that devastates surrounding foes. Crowd control. You can't get any simpler than that. It's crowd control. And if for each level, even though it costs 200 wrath, the damage and the radius of that size attack is increased. Which I'll show you when I get the chance.
Freedom you want, or more punishment? He chooses to fight on!
Notice that symbol on the top? That's ours. I am literally, I can say exactly one shot it, but 1, 2, 3. I'm just taking my time. No right. That may sound like it's a bad thing, and it's not. And you have one.
With this one. You have survived. So far. Is it the prize and freedom you want? Or more? He chooses to fight on!